Welcome to this Ready to Craft. In this video, I'm going to show you how to create a weathered rooster weather vane using Readi-Board. To begin, I've already printed out my template. Make sure that your printer doesn't automatically resize the image. My printer leaves behind a little bit of a white edge. I'm going to trim this away. This isn't necessary, but more of a personal preference. Once I have trimmed the edges, I will assemble the template. I'm just using some clear tape to hold it together. With my template assembled, I'm going to cut away some of this bulky excess. I have my Readi-Board and my template handy. Typically, I would use repositionable spray adhesive, but I happen to run out. Lucky for me, rubber cement works just as well. I'll cut away the excess foam board and set it aside for future projects. Then I will use a hobby knife to cut out my shape. Whenever possible, I like to use a ruler for my straight lines. For this tiny area between the rooster's legs, I'm going to elevate my board off my work surface and push my hobby knife through. Checking from the back is a good way to make sure that your cuts are complete. While trying to cut complex shapes like this, I like to think about removing the background instead of removing the actual shape. Once the shape has been cut out, peel off your template. If any rubber cement is remaining on your project, simply use your finger to rub it off. Flipping my project over, I'm going to reinforce the back with some masking tape. This is a completely optional step. Personally, I'm a little rough with my craft projects. This is just going to help ensure that I don't accidentally damage my project. I will tape off any of the areas that are particularly thin. Then simply flip the project over and cut away any of the tape that is visible. Going to use a combination of acrylic paint and spray paint. The acrylic paint is extremely important because it is going to protect our foam from the solvent in the spray paint. If you prefer, you could use only acrylic paint. I'm making sure that my edges are completely covered. I've got all my edges covered and I've allowed the acrylic paint to dry. I'm going to add a little bit of distressing by using my fingers. All I'm doing is pressing down on the foam in some areas. This will create some low points and some crinkles in the paper. The spray paint that I'm using is a silver in a hammered texture. I'm only applying a very light layer. Now that my metallic coating is dry, we can move on to adding the rust. I like to use a sea sponge for this because of the unique texture. I'm also going to be using acrylic paint in a variety of browns. You only want a small amount of paint on your sponge. Then, lightly dab onto your project, focusing on the edges. While you're adding your rust, think about what areas would receive the most water exposure if your weather vane was outside. I focused my heaviest areas on the top edges. After I've worked with my lighter colors, I will go back in with just a little bit of the red and dark brown. There you have it, a rusty rooster weather vane, perfect for your farmhouse decor. If you try this craft out, we'd love to see it. Our social media links can be found in the description. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If there's a foam board craft that you would like to see a ready to craft of, let us know in the comments.